this URL accounting.sage1.co.za, and you can enter your email address and password. We have provided the password that pwh@slit2. So you can we have shared that document, so you can follow those instructions and you can log into the system. Okay, this is the URL accounting.sage1.co.za. Type this URL and you can enter your email address and password and click login. After that, you can log into your system. Have you received a mail to confirm your account?
Yes, sir, I got the email, but there is no that confirm account, the blue color button. I can't see.
This kind of email you will receive. Below the email, you can see confirm account button available. And you need to confirm this account within 10 days.
Not actually, we have not received such kind of email.
All right, can you all check your spam mail or junk mail?
No.
No.
We received a mail, but it was not like this. It was different.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, can you all forward that email to? I'll share that email address and we will check that. Please share your email that received email to info@pwholdings.lk. And we will check the issue. Okay, we will start today's session, and if you have any questions, you can ask. And also, if you haven't received that email, please share your email address. We will check again. And in that confirm account button not available, please forward that emails to us. Then we can check that. Okay, is it okay if we start without confirming account? And you can actually you can view the recording and you can do the transactions. So therefore, we'll start the session. Okay. Right. First, this is the dashboard, and this has modules, customer module, supplier module, item module, banking module, accounts, and you can generate from this report module. And there are a few additional modules in here, fixed asset, budgets, analysis code, and we will discuss how to import data and how to enter system opening balances. And from administration, you can set your user control access, and you can activate additional add-on modules. Now in this system, there are a few add-on modules: time tracking module, multi-currency module, advanced inventory module, and debtors manager module. Okay. Time tracking is you can enter your time sheet, and you can convert that time to invoice. For an example, if you are running a security company, you can enter your security officers' working hours and their location. Okay. After that, end of the month, you can convert that timesheet to an invoice. Okay. Next, multi-currency module. If you activate multi-currency module, you can add foreign currencies, and you can create customers in foreign currencies and suppliers in foreign currencies, and you can view that customer outstanding in and supplier outstanding in home currency and foreign currencies. Next, you can activate advanced inventory module and debtors manager module. If you activate debtors manager module, you can automate your outstanding reminders to your customers. System will automatically send reminders for your customers. Okay. Okay, let's start with company settings. You can go to company and click change company settings. After that, you can select company details. From here, you can enter your company details. You can enter your company name, telephone number, fax number, mobile number, and your contact name. Okay. Under company details, you can enter your company name, telephone number, fax number, mobile number, and contact person name. After that, you can enter your postal address and your physical address. Okay. Next, there are email options. First, email, you can enter your email address here, and under that there are two options. First one, use this email for communication. You can send emails from the system, and when you are sending emails, that recipient will receive from this address. If you tick second option, that recipient will receive email from mail service at accounting.sage1co.za from this address. Okay, so if you want to get from your email address, you can tick first option and you can enter email address here. Next, CC. Now, if you are the owner of the company, and if you have different users in your company, system users, and you want to get all emails copy when you are sending your users sending emails to your customers or suppliers, you want to get a copy of that email. If you want to get a copy of that email, you can tick this option and you can enter email address here. Then every time your user send an email to your customer or supplier, you will get a copy of that email. Okay. Right. Now you can go to company, change company settings, and you can enter your company details. Okay. I think your name will display here as company name. If you want, you can change that name and you can enter that other additional details, and you can practice how to enter company details. Okay, you can take few minutes and you can practice how to enter company details. Okay, after you enter your company details, you can save your company details. Next, we'll go to additional company information. From here, you can enter your statutory information and tax details. Okay, you can enter applicable details. First, you can enter statutory information. From here, you can enter your company tax number, registered name. Sometimes you will display one name for in your invoices, but you have a different company registered name. In that case, you can enter registered name here, or if it is the same name, you can enter the that display name. Okay, then you can enter registration number, company registration number, then tax office at the Inland Revenue Department, and you can select entity type. From here, you can select cross corporation, company, partnership, sole proprietor, or trust. Okay, from these options, you can select a relevant option to your company. Next, additional company information. From here, you can enter your company city, province, and country. Next, tax details. If you have a tax consultant, you can enter those details. And sometimes these are not relevant to Sri Lanka, and therefore you can enter, if you need, you can enter your contact details here. Okay, after that you can save this additional information. Okay, now you can take a few minutes and you can enter this additional company details. Okay, under SaaS company contact information, you can enter company owner's first name, last name, their designation, and contact number. Okay, after enter these details, you can save this information. Okay, now main advantage of this entering these details, that company telephone number, fax, mobile number, postal address. When you are printing your invoices, I'll show you one example. When you print your invoice, you can view that company name, company address, telephone numbers, email address, and web addresses. Those details you can display in your invoices, quotations, sales orders, and purchase orders. Okay. So these are not compulsory, but if you can enter, it's better. And if you enter these details, it will display in your documents. Okay. Right. Next, we will move to customer zone. Now, in this Sage Business Cloud accounting software, you can email your invoices, quotations, purchase orders, and other reports. Okay. Now, when you are emailing your invoices, system will send a link with that email, so your customers can click that link and log into customer zone. Okay. After they log into the customer zone, that customers also can view their invoices, quotations, payments, outstanding online without logging to the system. Okay. If you are sending invoices or emails, with that email, there will be a link. So your customers also can click that link and view that customers' invoices, quotations, payments, outstanding, those details they can view online without logging to the system. So you can enable, if you want to allow your customers to view their statements, you can take this option, and you can allow your customers to log into customer zone. Okay, by ticking this, you can enable your accounting customer zone. If you untick, your customers cannot view online their statements. And also there are two options. First one, invoices and quotes only. Second one, invoices and account history. If you select first option, your customers can view only invoices and quotations. Okay. If you select second option, your customers can view invoices, quotations, their payments, and they can print their invoices or quotations, and they can view their outstanding from the customer zone. So based on your requirement, you can select these options. Next, display name. If you want to display any particular name or your company name in the customer zone, you can enter that name in this box. You can enter that name, and this name will display in the customer zone. After that, you can save these settings. Okay. Right. Now you can practice how to enable your customer zone. Okay, next, online payment gateway. If you have any online payment gateway, you can connect to this Sage Business Cloud accounting software. Okay, and you can tick if you want to enable your customer payments and supplier payments. Next, we will move to general settings. First, financial years. Now, from here, you can create your financial years. Okay, by clicking this plus mark, you can add the financial year. And if you want to remove any financial year, by clicking this red color button, you can delete that financial year. Now, in your system also, there may be financial year. And if you want to change that date, start date and end date, by clicking that date, you can change the date. Okay. Now, when you are selecting financial year, there may be few options. Now, normally in Sri Lanka, it's April to March, next year, March. And sometimes if you are working for a foreign company, sometimes it's maybe 1st of January to 31st December, or 1st of July to 30th June, like that. There may be different financial year start date and end date. So based on your company, you can enter your financial year start date and end date. Okay. And also one important thing, now sometimes you may implement the system for new company. Okay, I'm talking the practical situation. You may implement the system for new company. In that case, you can just create your financial year start date and end date, and you can create your financial year. However, if you are implementing the system for all company, there may be all customer outstanding and supplier outstanding. Okay, for an example, now we are in 2021-2022 financial year. Sometimes you may have your customers may have outstanding from 2017, 2018, like that, all financial years. Okay, in that case, if you want to add that old financial outstanding in that same date, that 2018 date, you can create few previous financial years. Okay, and you can change the date. Here you can enter like this. You can create a few previous financial years, and after that you can change this to you can create financial years and you can save. Okay, now if you have all customer balances or all supplier balances, and if you want to enter that all customer balance or all supplier balance in the same date, I mean, now for an example, if your customer has outstanding from 1st of April 2018, you want to enter that outstanding in 1st of April 2018. So you want to calculate how many days that customer invoice pending. So if you want to calculate, or if you want to get a report that actual outstanding days, you need to create few previous financial years, and later when you are creating opening balance, you can enter those outstanding. Okay, so if you are implementing the system for all company, before create the financial years, please check your customers or supplier has all outstanding, and based on that outstanding dates, you can create few previous financial years. And if you want to add more financial years, by clicking this plus mark, you can add, and by clicking this red color button, you can delete your financial years. I'll change this date back to 2022. Like that, you can create your financial years. Next, you can see there are a few columns: financial year start date, financial year end date, and current financial year. So you can tick this financial year, then this year will be your current financial year. Now, if you tick this option, that current financial year, when you are generating report, that period financial year, I'll quickly go through report. When you are generating financial reports, now if you select yearly, that selected financial year date will display. Okay, now here we have ticked current financial year as 2021-2022. Therefore, when you are generating your reports, if you select yearly, that financial year will select. If you tick this option, first year as current financial year, then when you are generating report, 1st April 2022, 31st March 2021 will display here. Okay, so you can tick current financial year. Then when you are generating reports, you can system will display that financial year reports. Right. Next, lockdown date. Now, when your users enter transactions, sometimes by mistake they will enter that closed financial year's transaction dates. Okay. Now we are in 2022. Sometimes by mistake they will enter 2021 as their transaction date. So if you want to minimize that user data entry issues, you can set a lockdown date. You can tick this set a lockdown date and you can enter lockdown date. If you set a lockdown date, your users cannot enter transactions or edit transaction prior to this period. Okay. If you set a lockdown date, your users cannot enter transactions prior to this period. Right. And one important thing, now when you are creating financial years, and now there's no now normally most of system has year-end processes. You need to take backups and you need to do year-end process. However, in this software there's no year-end process, and also now this financial year ends in 31st March 2022, and when first user log into the system 1st of April 2022, system will ask or system will pop up a message, do you want to create a new financial year? In that case, your user can click yes, and then system will automatically create new financial year. Or if you want to create financial year manually also, you can create your financial year. Okay. The last financial year ends, and when you are logging first time in the next financial year, system will pop up a message, do you want to create new financial year? In that message you can click yes, and you can automatically create financial year, or by manually also you can create financial year. And also now this financial year ends in 31st March 2022. Sometimes you will accept post-dated checks or PD checks you will accept. In that case, you need to enter that PD checks also. PD checks actual that check date you want to enter. Now for an example, now we are in February. You will receive a check 30th April 2022. However, our financial year ends in 31st March 2022. So system will not allow to enter that April transactions to the system. So if you are accepting that PD checks or post-dated checks, you can create another financial year. Then you can enter those after this financial year data. You can enter if you have another financial year. Okay, it's just Just for your knowledge, in practical situations, you will face these issues, how to enter the data out of this financial year. So if you want to accept that PD checks, or if you are giving any PD checks, you can create new financial year and you can enter that transactions. Okay, right. Now you can practice this, how to create financial years. You can create a few previous years, and you can set a lockdown date. Okay, after set this data or financial years, you can save these settings. Okay, now you can practice how to create financial years. Okay, from financial years, you can create your financial years, and if you set a lockdown date prior to this period, your users cannot enter transactions, so users cannot edit transactions. Okay. Next, we will move to rounding. From here, you can select how to round. There are 4 options: round up, round down, normal rounding, or no rounding. If you want to fix the actual or if you want to display actual amounts without no rounding, you can set. And also, if you want to round up or round down, you can select that rounding type, and you can select rounding to nearest value. Okay, here you can enter that number of cents, so then system will round up or round down to this cents. Okay. There are 4 options. You can select these options, and you can enter round up amount. Right. Now you can enter this rounding, and after that you can save. Okay. Next, we will move to regional settings. Now here you can enter your how to display your currencies, and how to display your quantity decimal places, value decimal places, and hour decimal places, and date format. Okay. First, I'll show how to enter invoice. That you can see that these details, how it displaying these details. Okay, now here you can enter quantity decimal places. Now here I have entered 0, so therefore there's no decimal places in the quantity. Okay, and if you want to display decimal places, you can enter that how many decimal places you want to display. Now, for an example, if you want to display 2 decimal places, you can enter 2 here under quantity decimal places. And now sometimes you are selling, or if you are trading company, say you are selling vegetables. So if you want to display 3 decimal places, in that case you can enter 3 under quantity decimal places. Or if you don't want to display decimal places, you can enter 0 as quantity decimal places. In value also you can enter, if you enter 2 decimal places, system will display 2 decimal places in the value. And if you don't want to display cents value, you can enter 0, then system will not display 0 value or cents values in the transactions. Next, you can set that hours decimal places. If you want to display minutes in your timesheet, you can enter 2. If you don't want to display that minutes in the timesheet, you can enter 0. Next, currency symbol. From here, you can enter currency symbol. Now, for an example, if you want to display LKR before that values, you can enter LKR. Or if you want to display as rupees, you can enter RS as your currency symbol. Next, date format. There are 3 date formats. First one, DD, MM, YY. If you select first option, system will display date first, month second, and year last. Next, second option, YY, MM, DD. If you select second option, system will display year first, month second, and date last. And if you select third option, MM, DD, YY, system will display month first, date second, and year last. Based on your requirement, you can select this date format. After that, you can save these regional settings. Okay, right. Now you can practice these regional settings. Okay, before go to customer and supplier settings, we'll discuss how to activate our add-on modules. You can go to this administration and click my profile. And you can click this upgrade. And these are add-on modules. You can enter one under time tracking, multi-currency one, and advanced inventory module one, and debtors manager one. And you can click next, and you can activate your add-on modules. Okay. Go to administration, my profile. Click upgrade. And enter one under time tracking, multi-currency, advanced inventory, and debtors manager. After that, you can click next, and you can activate your add-on modules. Okay, you can activate your add-on modules. After that, this multi-currency module, this time tracking module, and debtors manager module will activate for your system. Okay, right. Before going to customer and supplier module, we will create a few customers, suppliers, and items. And also, when we are doing this module, each module, we will discuss in detail how to create customer, supplier, and items. Okay. Now, for practice purposes, we will create a customer. You can create customer by go to this module, customers module, and click add a customer. After that, you can enter customer name. And if you have any customer groups, for an example, if you are grouping area wise or region wise, you can create groups. And if you are categorizing, or if you are grouping retail customers, wholesale customers, or if you are grouping based on their purchasing product, you can group your customers. Okay. Next, you can enter credit limit for those customers. And if you are a VAT registered company, and your customer also VAT registered company, you can enter customers VAT number. Next, you can select your sales rep. If you want to add, you can add sales reps from here by clicking this add new sales rep. Next, now if you are implementing the system for all company, sometimes you may have, your customers may have opening balances. In that case, you can enter that customer opening balance, and you can enter opening balance as at date. This should be your system implement date, and you can enter this opening balance and opening balance as at date. Okay. Next, you can enter postal address, that customer delivery address, customer contact details, that customer name, email address, telephone number, mobile, fax, and web address. And here you can see that invoice can be viewed online. If you have activated your customers on, you can tick this option. And if you have activated your add-on modules, that automatic outstanding reminders will send. And you can tick if you want to send, or if you want to block sending outstanding reminders, you can untick this option. And next, default settings, statement distribution method. First one, email. There are few methods: none, print, email, and print and email. So now when you are creating invoices, quotations, you can email those, and receipts you can directly email to your customers. So if you have entered any email address here, you can select statement distribution method as email. If you don't enter any email address here, please change this statement distribution method as print. Okay. If you don't enter any email address and if you select email, you cannot save this customer. Therefore, if you are not entering any email address, please select statement distribution method as print. Okay. Next, default discount. If you are giving regular discounts for your customers, you can enter that discount percentage. And when you are enter invoices for this customer, system will automatically display this default discount percentage. Next, if you have price list, if you are selling items for different customers and different prices, you can maintain price list, and you can set that price list to customer, and system will automatically display that relevant price list prices in the invoice. Okay. Next, if you are a VAT registered company, you can select customer VAT type, and if you are giving credit period for your customers, you can enter number of days, the credit days you can enter. Next, currency, you can select that currency. If you have activated a multi-currency module, you can select customers currency. If you have foreign customers, you can select that customers currency. Okay, we will discuss in detail when we are discussing customer module. I'll quickly go through how to create customer. By entering customer name, you can save your customers, and these additional details we will discuss when we are discussing customer module. Okay, now you can create a couple of customers to practice. Go to customers and click add a customer, and you can enter customer details and you can save the customer. Okay, by entering customer name, you can save this customer, and if you don't enter any email address, please change this statement distribution method to print. After you create your customers, you can view your customers from this list. Go to customers, list of customers. Okay, next we will create a supplier. Go to suppliers, click add a supplier. You can enter supplier name, and if you have supplier categories, you can create supplier categories, and you can enter supplier credit limit, that number, and opening balance, that supplier opening balance, and opening balance as at date, and you can enter supplier postal address, physical address, and contact details. And here also under default settings, if your if your supplier regularly giving discounts to you, you can enter default discount, and you can select a type. And if your supplier giving credit period for you, you can enter that credit period. From currency, you can select that supplier's currency. After that, you can save you can select a supplier currency. After that, you can save this supplier. Okay, go to suppliers, add a supplier, and you can enter supplier details, and you can save. Okay, right, now you can create a few suppliers. Okay, after you create your suppliers, you can view your supplier list from this list. Go to suppliers, list of suppliers. Okay. Next, we will create an item. You can create items from this item module. Go to items, click add an item. You can enter item code and item description. If you have different categories, you can select that different categories, or you can create new category. And here from item type, you can select physical item or service item. If you are providing services, you can select services, or if you are a trading company, you can select physical items. And you can enter opening cost, opening quantity, and opening quantity as at date. After that, you can enter selling prices, and you can select income account, cost of sales account, inventory account, and item adjustment account. Now, if you have activated your advanced inventory module, you can view these two options, other inventory account and item adjustment account. If you haven't activated, you cannot view. Therefore, before create items, please activate your advanced inventory module. Okay. Next, if you have VAT for these items, you can select tax type, and you can save this item. You can enter item code, item description, and you can select item type. You can enter selling price, and you can save this item. You can create new items from items list, or you can go to items and add an item. You can enter these details, and you can save this item. Okay. After you create your items, you can view your list of items from this list. Go to items, list of items. Okay. Now we have created customers, suppliers, and inventory items. We have just created that items because when we do other settings, we need some examples. Therefore, we have created customers, suppliers, and items. We will discuss detail when you are doing this each module. Okay, so we have just created customer, supply, and item. We will discuss in detail when we are discussing this each module. Okay, right. Now we will wrap up for today. please send your email details. If you haven't received your email, that confirm account email, or if you cannot confirm your email, please share your details. We will check that. And next session, we will start from customer and supplier settings. And if you can, please give a feedback, the speed of the lecture and content of the lecture, so we can change based on your requirement. So if you appreciate, if you can give a feedback. Okay. Right. Next session, next Monday, we will start customer and supplier settings. If you have any questions, you can ask in the session, and please practice these examples, and you have a pleasant evening. Okay. Thank you very much.